the Crua Hybrid MK2. A while back I did a video on the Crua Hybrid and I got so many positive responses. There were just quite a few people that were requesting that I actually did a video showing how to set this up in tent and hammock form. Mainly because the instructions that come with it just completely suck, as anyone that's probably purchased this has found out. The product is very solid, however, don't rely on the instructions or the QR code that links you to the video, because the video is non-existent. Let's go ahead and get started here. We'll jump right into it and get this thing set up and kind of clarify just some things I had questions with along the setup process. For time purposes, I've went ahead and just laid everything out, and I've actually already hung the hammock straps here and have them spaced out properly. There's multiple videos online on how to hang hammock straps, so I'm not going to cover that today. So the first thing you want to do is grab your end poles here. The longer one is going to go to the head, shorter one will go to your feet section. Now, unlike the original Crua Hybrid, this has been redesigned, so it's a lot easier to get these poles in here. You will have this sleeve here on the very end. Simply slide your pole through and put it in the pocket right here. Now on the other end, you've got Velcro. Just undo the Velcro, it opens your pocket up, and you can easily slide your pole right in there, Velcro it back up. You're good to go on this end. The other side works exactly the same way. You'll go ahead and slide the shorter pole in, put in the little foot box here, pull the Velcro strap, pop your pole in, Velcro back down. You're all done with the poles. Now you'll want to grab your poles for the tent portion. You'd call it I guess the mosquito net, and where the rain fly and everything goes on. As you can see, one pole shorter. Shorter ones go down here at the foot end, longer poles go up by the head end. So they're pretty self-explanatory how to assemble there. You'll just want to lift this up, and just like any tent, you have the little sleeve that these will go through. Push these right through here. And then down here, where you have the little clip area, there's this rivet here. You simply pop the end of your pole right into that. Move over here to the other side. Get everything straightened out a little bit nicer here. And you have the same rivet on this side. You just pop your pole right in there. Your little plastic clips snap right on each side. Now you'll want to come back down here. Setup is pretty much just the same. Get your poles together. Run it into the sleeve real quick. Put your poles into the ends there. Bam. That side is complete. Alright, so we've got got all the poles installed and everything now. Everything else is pretty simple from this point on. Grab a hold of your carabiner here, and the tree straps that come with this have several different points of adjustment. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and just connect this to the longest point, and we'll make some fine-tune adjustments here in a minute. So let's go ahead and come on down this way. You'll want to make sure all of your ropes are straight also. You don't want it like, you know, if it's twisted, anything like this. Just make sure everything's nice and straight so your hammock isn't, you know, flipping or anything, because that's kind of a pain. Also, I've noticed you want your gate to be facing upward. It makes it a whole lot easier for the attaching of ropes in a few minutes. That looks pretty good right about there. Now, something I noticed on these hammock straps, if you can see here, these are a lot higher than I usually put hammock straps. Typically I put them around stomach height. These I have over my head. The reason for this hammock, when you get inside of it, it will sag down quite a bit. So you want to put these a little bit higher than you normally would. Alright, so now that we have this up, it's real easy now. You simply take the string that's coming off of this, open up your carabiner, and clip it. And you can, well, wait until we get the other side connected before you make your fine adjustments. This side pulls up just the same way. Open the gate on your carabiner, clip, bam. Now you can tighten everything up if you need to. To tighten it, it's actually got this nice little plastic adjuster. You just pull it to the tightness you want and then slide it towards your tent for tightening, or making it tighter, away to loosen. For just the screen tent setup, you are actually done now. You're ready to hop right in this thing, and life is good. However, most people don't want to just necessarily lay with the screen tent. So let's go ahead and get to the rain fly portion, and I'll show you where to go from there. Alright, so for the rain fly, you'll have these, this will be in your center. I'll explain that more in a second. All you want to keep in mind right now is Crua goes towards your head. So you'll want to flip this up over. It's not going to be pretty right off the bat, so just get it up there as well as you can. Remember, Crua goes towards your head part. Alright, so this part here, you'll want that in the center because it will eventually clip right here to the carabiner. Before you do that though, I'm not far enough up, I gotta adjust this a little more. Alright. So you want this little tie out to be setting right on top of your poles. That's where the seam's at. And if you can see this, up underneath here, there will be these Velcro pieces. There will be 3 of these. They'll be stuck together. It kind of confused me at first, but just pull these apart, One will fasten right there on the left side. You will have this little one here in the very center. It goes through the cutout. And you will have one more right here. So that is all connected, good to go now. Now what I have noticed, once this is connected, you no longer need this line for your bug net part. Some people leave this connected. I don't like to, because it puts extra, I guess you would almost say, pull on when this comes down. It doesn't let it fit as tightly, and you lose some, I like to have this extra little space right here, because this unzips from the inside, so you can throw some shoes or something right down in here. It's a good place just to store, you know, a couple little small items, shoes especially, because they typically won't fall through the ropes. And I just like having them within an arm's reach there. So go ahead and disconnect the string that went to your bug net. Now this should be in the center now. You will simply connect that right there. You'll want to connect these snaps. There'll be 4 of them, 1 on each corner. And you just gotta kind of fine tune and adjust a few things here, make sure everything's square. Alright, at this point, before I worry about these last 2, these are going to connect to the carabiner also, but I'm going to move down to the foot side and connect the other end of this. So you want to get everything nice and lined up here also, just like on the other side. Oh, that one's already attached. Just like on the other side, you'll have the Velcro. You'll have one on the left side, one in the center, and one on the right side, which I actually just said that backwards. That was not left and right. Alright, so just like the other side, you can disconnect this line that goes to your bug net. Go ahead and connect the one that's going to this, and snap your corners in. And then just kind of make some fine-tune adjustments here to make sure everything's setting like it should be. Now you'll want to take the center ridge line here that's coming off of the rain fly, attach that to your carabiner. Come on down to this side again. Let's see here. Something's out of whack here. I don't know what I did here. Let me fix this. Alright, there we go. Attach the center one. To your carabiner. Attach this top one to the carabiner. And now we can start walking around and making some fine adjustments. As you can see, there's a little bit of A little bit of slack down through here and stuff. Before we do that, you'll just want to make sure these are all zippered nicely. And there are Velcro attachment points here. Sorry, allergies are horrible today. You'll just want to Velcro the edges, depending on which side you get in and out of. The Velcro and everything's on both sides, so you might not want to Velcro whichever side you get in and out of. It just makes it a little more difficult. Let me go ahead and I'll get the Velcro on this back side too. It's they're spaced and everything exactly the same as on the front. Get my zippers. You know, as I'd said, you have to make some fine adjustments here and there just to pull everything nice and tight. On this end, you actually have this piece here. It can be folded up in colder weather to keep this air vent closed, or in warm weather if you want some air ventilation, you just push it up and it keeps this open for just a little bit of ventilation to come through. I think I can tighten that a hair. On the inside, I should probably mention this. As I had said, it's kind of a pain if you Velcro both sides if you're getting in and out. On the inside, if you're getting a little bit of droop on your bug net, you have these toggles here. I like to have the toggles come outward. That way if you decide to roll up your rain fly, which actually I think I'll do that just to show you how this looks. If the toggles going through your rain fly are coming outward, it still makes it real easy for you just to real easy if my fingers will work. There, just slide them through there and you can still keep your rain fly open. It's kind of nice to have it that way, just so that I usually keep my rain fly on the top at all times. I don't just have, you know, the completely open bug net, because I don't like the dew and stuff getting on me in the middle of the night. So if you roll up the sides, you still have a little bit of a roof on top to keep the dew off of you, but you still get all of the breeze coming through the sides. These completely unzip. As I had mentioned before, the bug net, I haven't completely secured that yet, but there you go. Completely set up in hammock tent form. Now that I have this completely set up, I'll actually go on and set it up in tent form, which is extremely easy. You've got all of the hard work out of the way already. All you do is basically disconnect it from your tie straps on the tree, drop it down on the ground, put a couple stakes in. We'll get a close-up here and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Alright, now for tent mode. As I had discussed, really easy to set up in tent mode, especially if you're dropping it down from hammock mode. Setup is pretty much identical. The only thing is I obviously just dropped it off of these hammock straps. And instead of having these connected, I just pulled out a couple of the stakes out of the bag here. So the one webbing strap that has the clip on the end, I staked up here. And then this is the foot side, I should probably mention that. And then this top ridge line here, I just ran another stake. I noticed if you put them on the same stake, things get a little bit wonky. It doesn't tighten up quite as well as it should. So use 2 separate stakes on each end. It'll go a little bit better. You also want to stake out all 4 corners of the tent. That's actually the first thing you should do. Get everything nice and square, staked out, and then you move on to your ends for the ridge lines. Up here by the head portion, the webbing strap once again has its own stake here, and then I connected this top ridge line to its own stake and the center ridge line. Both of these are on the same stake. It didn't seem to cause any issues, so I just went ahead and used the same stake for both of the ridge lines. And that pretty much covers it. As you can see, in tent mode you have a lot more storage here. You can either climb in here from the front. Everything is accessible right here, so you can climb right in. Or you can just simply use this as a storage area and access it from either the outside or the inside. And just like in hammock mode, you can still get in on the sides also if you want to. You can still roll up the sides if you just want it to be a screen tent. Everything functions the exact same way as in hammock mode. And Eric Seitz with Pioneer Survival Company. If you have any questions about the setup, go ahead and just shoot me a message on our website. We have a nice little chat feature right at the bottom right hand corner. That's pioneersurvivalcompany.com. Also, if you like what you've seen here, we have tons of different gear reviews, and we actually have some classes that are up for sale. We have a wilderness skills class that we're going to start doing monthly throughout the summer, and we will be releasing an urban survival class later in the year. Also check us out on Facebook and YouTube at Pioneer Survival Company. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.